Hello guys, it is the last game of the season. Manchester United face Brighton at the American Express Stadium. So let's get into it. Let's cue that intro. Oh no, welcome back to the Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, back again. And this Sunday, Manchester United face Brighton, and it's an away game for Manchester United's last game of the season. So obviously every game is on Sunday at 4 o'clock, and the team we've got, the team we've got is Brighton, obviously, at their place. So the team, I think it kind of picks itself. I reckon Martinez will start with Wan-Bissaka, with Evans and Dalot, and Onana in net. I reckon Amrabat will stay in midfield with Mainu and Fernandez. I reckon Diallo needs to start as well, as he had a good game against he had a good game against Newcastle, and then obviously Højlund, he got rested for this game. So yeah, let's see what happens. So let's get into it. Let's play match. And let's talk about the last league result, which was a 3-2 victory over Newcastle. Somehow we won the game. Yeah, literally, I didn't expect it. It wasn't the best performance from United, but we somehow got the 3 points, and that's all we care about. So if we can get another 3 points this weekend, that would be great. So let's start off with the first half. Newcastle started pretty strongly. You know, they had a couple chances. Onana made a save, and we had a couple of shots that were cleared off the line, and so yeah, it was. Oh, what a pass that is! It was a good start for Newcastle, and a kind of bad start for us. And I was like, oh my god, we're gonna lose here. But thankfully, we got the first goal through Kobbie Mainoo. It was Ahmad on the edge. It was good play on Ahmad from the right hand side. He put it into Fernandez, who kind of let it roll, and I literally thought it was offside. But Kieran Trippier played Mainoo on. He had so much time, and he had so much time and to shoot and take a touch, and he couldn't believe it himself that he was onside. So, but yeah, it showed good composure from him to make it 1-0. So that was the first goal. And from that, we kind of switched on a bit as well, because we had another chance from a corner. Ahmad, I think he was always free on the corner at the edge of the area for some reason, and he had a couple of shots that were blocked, but he was unlucky not to score one, and he does score one in the second half like that. But yeah, we finished the first half strongly, so then we was winning 1-0. And then we kind of let one through literally 3 minutes into after half time, and I was like, oh god, here we go. But actually we kind of what's the word? We kind of let Newcastle have the ball a bit, and we kind of held the storm a bit from Newcastle, and we got the second goal through Ahmad, again from a corner. It was a good ball. It kind of fell to him, and all he had to do was finish. And what a finish it is! He belted it at the goal, and it was a good finish. And that was 2-1, and it looked like he was going to finish 2-1. But Erik ten Hag made some substitutions. He brought on Martinez. He brought on, who else did he brought on? He brought on Rashford. And he also brought on Højlund. And Højlund's literally first touch. Bruno Fernandez on the counter-attack. Puts a good ball into him. And then he controls it from outside the box. Puts it on his right foot and smash it. Well, doesn't smash it. He kind of places it into the corner. Dubravka was unlucky not to save it. I think he did get a hand to it. But it just went in. And it was a good goal to get for Højlund, because he kind of shushed. He done the shush celebration to all the what they called journalists, who said, is Ahmad actually good? And he just showed that that he can do it, and what a goal it was to make it 3-1. And then late on, of course, they got a goal. It was a great strike from Lewis Hall from the outside of the area, and yeah, it was a good goal. It was a good goal from him. So yeah, we kind of lacked the last 4 or 5 minutes of that 6-minute added time, he was kind of a bit nervous, but we got the 3 points, and yeah, it was a nothing game, but it was good. It was a good victory, a last home game. So yeah, it was a really good 3 points to take, and we'll take it. So obviously before that game as well, I don't know if I mentioned it in the... Oh, that is a ambulance. Yeah, after after the before the game, I don't know if I remember talking about it in the last Matchday Live. There was a couple of messages from a couple of players that they are leaving. Rafa Varane is one of them, and I'm quite surprised we're letting Rafa Varane go, to be honest. You know, I know he's injury prone, but I would still keep him because he is a good defender on his day. It's just annoying that, you know, keeps picking up injuries, and we're going to let him go, as well as apparently Johnny Evans is going, Tom Heaton's going, obviously Amrabat will be going as well. It looks like Martial will be going as well. He was waving goodbye to the crowd in that midweek game against Newcastle. So yeah, and that obviously after the Newcastle game, we got the we got the Ten Hag speech. A couple of boos, but I think that might have been from the Newcastle fans. But yeah, a couple of boos in that bit. But yeah, it was a good. It was a good. A little. I don't know, little speech that he had for the crowd, and he got. He promised that he'll bring the FA Cup back to Old Trafford. Yeah, let's see that. I don't think we're gonna. I'll be very surprised if we do. Win that game against City. Obviously, that's next weekend. But yeah, it is gonna be an interesting game. Obviously, Man City as well. Looks like they've won the title. I think they've literally just got to get a point or something. But they're at home against West Ham, and I think Arsenal play Everton, which I think that's at the Emirates. So, I mean, it would be good if West Ham could get the 3 points against City and kind of ruin it for them, and get Arsenal to win it. But it's kind of a lose-lose situation, because you don't want City to do the 4-peat, and you don't want Arsenal to win, because many of the Arsenal fans are a bit annoyed about it. But we won't talk about that. Heung-min Son missed a chance. he blatantly missed it, didn't he? One-on-one chance, he blatantly missed it. Because if he scored, the fans would have said, "Why have you done that?" They wouldn't given the Arsenal the league if they drew against that City game. But yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. Right, anyway, let's talk about this game, the last game of the season. Obviously, it's going to be a hard one against Brighton. Brighton themselves, they haven't had the best time recently, have they? They had a really good start, and then they haven't really. Okay, they beat Villa at home, but last couple of games, 3-0 against Bournemouth, 1-1 against Burnley. They haven't played that well, and it's kind of noticed. Maybe it's they've had a long season. They've had a lot of games, and obviously they're going to be up for it because it's Brighton and they're at home, and the Derby teams do kind of put us away, don't they? So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting, that game against Brighton, but let's see. And there is talk, obviously. Ten Hag did come out and say we might see Varane play a bit. We might see... there was another player, but I can't remember who also might play a bit. There is talk of Luke Shaw not coming back at all for this season, which is a bit of a loss for him. And obviously with him not going to the Euros as well, he might not be going to the Euros, which is a huge loss for England, I think. But I think he will go to the Euros, but obviously it all depends on if he gets fit enough to play that FA Cup game, but I don't think he will. So it's going to be interesting to see if Luke Shaw does have the summer off. I think he deserves it in the end, because I think he's been injured all this time, and you might as well just keep him fit for next season. So let's see what happens with that. And obviously there's still talk of obviously Ten Hag not being there next season, but let's see what happens. let's try and beat Brighton at the AMEX Stadium, and let's see if we can beat City. I doubt we'll beat City, but at least give it a try. I just hope we get players back for that game against City. But let's see, and hopefully finish the season strongly. If we beat Brighton, okay, we might be in good form for that game, but I don't think we will. I think it'll be a tough game for United. I think De Zerbi will, those Brighton home fans will want a win, and like we wanted a win against Newcastle, it's the last game of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if they put 2 or 3 past us, but to be honest, but you never know, we might turn up. If we got Lisandro Martinez back in that defense, we might actually win a game. So let's see. And I don't think we've actually won an away game for what, 3 or 4 games. So yeah, we need to finish strong. So hopefully we can do that against Brighton. I don't think it'll be 3-0. If we do win, it'll be 1-0, 2-0, something like that. But I doubt. I don't think we'll win. Personally, I think we'll. Maybe 2-1 we might win, but I'd be very surprised if we win. So, score prediction, I will go 2-1 Manchester United to finish off the season. So, yeah, there we go. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. So, please like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So, right, guys, I'm going. Bye.